Go ahead,
What's up,
kid.
everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Sports to the Wire. For those of you who are actually new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Definitely share it. When you share, the universe definitely shares back with you. For those, I'm your host, Rashid. Other host on the other side of the panel there is Barrett. Say what's up to the
What's up?
fans.
What's up, fans? What's going on, guys? Good
All
to
right,
see
all
you as
right.
always.
All right,
Good
so
to see you
Josh
as always.
Gordon's up on the clock today,
Yeah,
suspended indefinitely by the NFL there.
yeah.
Supposedly he has some substance abuse issues.
hmm
And there's mum's the word on the NFL when he's actually going to actually make a return um, to playing. He has about, was it maybe 3 or 4 good years left, Eric? Am I right about that?
Yeah. Right now, it's not even about his good. It's not about his physical play. It's about the fact that he's on the last leg. Let me tell you something. He's on officially the NFL suspension list right now. Um, the setback he has is going to keep him out indefinitely this season. Here's the crazy part, though. He was officially added to the active roster for the Seattle Seahawks on the 21st of December. December 22nd. Yeah, he didn't make all the parameters. He did not make all the parameters. So they put him back on the list. They put him back on the suspension list, which means he won't play for the remainder of the season. Okay. So the bottom line is with Josh Gordon is that he's had a plethora of issues, um, ranging from mental issues to marijuana use. And this started all the way back when he played at Baylor University. You know, he was found lying asleep in his car in a Taco Bell, and then he was basically arrested for drug possession. Um, he was suspended indefinitely later on in July 25th, 2011, for basically violating team rules. He failed because he failed a drug test. I mean, this is in college. He finally got drafted by the Browns in a supplemental draft, July 12th of 2012. I'm sorry, July 12th, 2012, as a second round pick. And he did very well for the Browns in the first couple of years. But then he drew his first suspension June 7, 2013, for violating the league substance abuse policy. It forced him to miss the first 2 games. But following that point, he returned and played great. Um, it really got to a point where um, he was in North Carolina. He was arrested for suspicion of drunk driving. And then he drew his second violation for league substance abuse policy. He missed the entire year in 2014. Um, he was suspended for the whole year and got reduced to 10 games. And this is the thing about this, Rashid, is that the reason why, we're talking about this guy here is because usually most players, brother, they don't get reinstated. Once they've committed this action once or twice, that's it for them. They're done. This is the third time that this man has had an opportunity to be suspended for a year and come back. And yet, again, we're looking at the fourth time that he might be suspended. You know, the fourth time. It's a
I
setback.
mean, I guess you gotta look at the mental health issues, man,
You
and
know,
see what's going on there. Maybe he needs to, talk with somebody professional, a psychiatrist, and
he's doing that. He's been doing all that. Here's the problem with him, brother. He is having these setbacks because they can give you all the necessary tools. They can have you
yeah, you
sit
gotta
down with
want it though.
everybody.
Yeah, he has to want it, right?
Well, he does want it, but it's like, all right, I have a diet, and that diet will insist on me staying away from sugar content. And I could do it for a couple of days. Hell, I could do it for a week, but there's gonna be one day I'm having a really bad day, and the first thing I'm thinking about to help me get through is going to get something that has any kind of high level of sugar in there. And I know this is not the best analogy, but this is where Josh Gordon is. He'll start to show the signs that he's there. Like I just told you a few minutes ago, he was added to the active roster on the 21st of this month. The next day, he's taking off again. I mean, that has to tell you that bottom line is this man has been there. He's at the cusp, and the next thing you know, he withdraws again. And this man has so many opportunities because of his talent, because of his ability to stretch the field, his ability to get down the field and beat press coverage. He's got great hand skills. This
Yeah,
man is
I'm
difficult
watching
to
the
tackle.
highlights of it. He caught a one-handed catch, man, in traffic, man. I'm like,
Yeah,
woo.
this guy is very talented, and he can help any team. He was on the Patriots team when they won the Super Bowl against the Rams, Super Bowl 53. Now he was on the active. He was not on the active roster, but he was on the team that year, and he helped them. Darn, they got 1,000 yards receiving in just 5 games. This guy can stretch the field, get down there. Tom Brady was throwing the ball to him when he
Yeah,
was a
yeah,
member of the
definitely, yeah,
Patriots.
definitely. I'm showing the highlights. I'm
You
looking
know,
at his career highlights. It was like a 50-yard gain right there, man. I mean,
yeah, I mean the
it's,
guy's
yeah.
he's incredible talent, and let me tell you something. He's in great shape in terms of his physical ability right now. It's the mental issue. It's the ability to sit down there and say, you know what, I cannot fight this particular habit I have with marijuana use with mental health, and he won't even indulge in what's going on in his personal life. What's leading him to this? But he's getting the support from the NFL Players Association, which is the union. He's getting the support from the NFL. That I mean, somehow, some way, everyone surrounding him believes in him, believes they can get him back on the field, believe that he can survive a whole season. That this man can go home and be with his family and come to practice, come to film sessions, study, and do the things he has to do to prepare week to week and be the type of player he can and dominate on the field, which is why the Seahawks took a chance at him. And somehow, some way, this man has found a way to mess up again. But like I told you, he was on the team on the 21st of this month. The next day, he got taken off the team for mental health issues. So this is, to me, the reason why we're talking about this is that I can't get by the fact that most players, if not all, once they messed up twice, they're gone. I mean, there's so many players that have done some things bad and have been gone and had not been reinstated. One player has made a move or he did something in a parking lot or he hit a woman or whatever the case is, he's gone forever. This man has basically shown that he is incapable of being mentally strong. Yet you still reinstate him. Yet you take him off and put him on the list. You keep reinstating him, put him on the list, reinstate him, put him on the list. But like you said, you're seeing the highlights. You're seeing what this man can do individually, what he can do to help a team be successful on offense. I think every owner in the NFL see the same thing, and yet this is why they keep holding on to this guy. You know, what's going to happen to Josh Gordon if he cannot make the team forever? What happens when he's done? What happens when there's no more support? Is
Yeah, and
Josh
I
Gordon?
think
You know what I'm saying?
sometimes it takes that. You have to hit true rock bottom. Um,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah,
Before I have a brother with mental health issues, and I try to help him and help him and talk to him and there's nothing you pretty much can do, man. He has to really truly want it for himself,
yep,
um, and sometimes, like I said, just like a person addicted to crack, you can't help them.
yeah,
Alcoholic, they gotta hit rock bottom, and a lot of us are like that. It doesn't have to be just we somebody that's obese like myself. Something got to happen to me for me to actually take serious action.
hmm
And so it's not just. I think we all like that. A lot of us are like that to a degree, and that's not necessarily just with drugs, but like a lot of different things.
yeah.
We see it on the
That's the
job,
thing.
people doing things until they get caught, and they have to hit rock bottom. So we'll see what happens with Josh Gordon, and hopefully the NFL can understand this, and the Seattle Seahawks can understand this. Is if when he does hit rock bottom, and then he truly wants to change, then they'll give him they'll give him another shot. But sometimes I think you gotta lose it all in a sense, though, and really
hmm
truly appreciate what you actually do have, and how fortunate you are in life, man, and not take things for granted, because there's a lot of people that would love to be in this position right now.
Yeah,
Um,
getting to the NFL is not very easy, and once you get there, um,
Now it
you
could
just
be.
make a
Now I heard. I
mismatch.
was listening to something earlier that performance enhancing drugs he was taking. There
Yeah,
was
yeah,
an investigation on that, and
hmm
that type of stuff can mess up your whole, biochemistry in a sense. Your
hmm
serotonin levels in a sense, though, where it can. That's the serotonin is the the chemical that makes you sane in a
Hmm.
sense, though, makes your brain, makes you stable as a person. So if that gets
Yeah.
altered in any way, then that's a problem. So it could be the PED that actually that did it. These guys are constantly getting hit, man. Football's a really rough sport, and those
Hmm.
PEDs actually help you, heal better. But you know, it can, I mean, that maybe he has other goals he wants in life. Maybe, who knows? He didn't want to do football. He had something else he was passionate about, and that could make you depressed. I don't know, but he's really good, and you gotta be fortunate for what you have, though.
Yeah, I mean, he's been suspended 6 times. He's been suspended 6 times since 2013.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess to answer that logic you mentioned, I would say football is definitely in his plans because we've gone in out of 2020, and that's about 7 years. And yet he's still trying to get back into the NFL. Shows that either he doesn't have anywhere else to go, or this is it, or the fact that he knows he still has enough left and what he can do to help a team win. But you apply for reinstatement. You get in there. The NFL commissioner Roger Goodell evaluates you. He lets you back in, and like I said, as of December 21st, all parties
Now,
involved
what's
from the
what's going
commission
on? Because
down.
Roger Goodell has way too much power, man. We heard this for years, man. What's up with the players union, man? Come on now, this man's like a dictator in a sense, though, man. And now I
Yeah,
understand
but
the players union gave him this kind of power. I forgot what it was about. It was like about 7-8 years ago during the contract. I think I forgot what the whole
well,
situation.
yeah, of course the NFL players didn't have a contract in the NFL, and it was like the most thing about getting a share of the revenue and getting a little bit more involvement in what was going on with the NFL, since they're the ones out there producing all the NFL success. But Roger Goodell works for all 32 owners in the NFL. Once he makes a decision, he has to go and work with the owners. He doesn't have to work with the players. He has to work with the owners.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's the way it works. So yeah, it does look like he has a lot of autonomy on certain things, and but I don't know at this point now if Roger Goodell realizes how that played out. But he doesn't seem to be taking over as much as he used to a couple of years ago. He seems to be focused on the health issue of the NFL, making sure that the equipment is a little bit more sound, and making sure the players are doing what they're supposed to do, making sure the officials are making sure the rules are being enforced properly to help ensure safety. So right now, the last couple of years, that's been happening. But this Josh Gordon thing has been the only real major unfortunate nugget that's been going on. And getting this man right has been a major issue. And hopefully they can get him. It can get him right. That's the only thing you can hope for. And this is, like I said, his sixth suspension. And right now the Seahawks are saying, "Look, we're going to reinstate him, but as long as the commissioner decides that he's good to go, and he fits all parameters, because he didn't miss on every parameter. They weren't very committed to committing any dialogue on what exactly he failed on. But they said there's been a few things that he did not meet, and until he meets it, he can't get on the field. So there won't be no thing about, okay, you meet it this week, okay, we'll put you back on the field. No, there's only 2 weeks left of the regular season. The NFL wildcard playoff round starts in 3 weeks. So there's no way you're going to play the remainder of the season. It didn't say anything about the postseason. He can come back and play
Yeah,
in
I
the
mean,
postseason.
and NFL has, like I said, they've been very quiet on this.
Yeah, they have. They have not been very committable about what he's done wrong in terms of what parameters need to be met. He didn't. And one thing he did say is he did not deny every parameter. I mean, he met at least some of them, but there's at least a few.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Is a wide receiver easily replaceable, like a quarterback? In a sense, quarterback is hard to actually. You can't duplicate Tom Brady. You can't duplicate, a lot of great quarterbacks. But what about a wide receiver? How is it easier to find a wide receiver than it is to find a great quarterback? Can they just wash their hands of Gordon and say, hey, there's a lot of other wide receivers out there we can, that can actually do what he do?
No, no. I mean, it's harder to replace a quarterback than a wide receiver, yes, but you cannot replace a great wide receiver either. You know, you could be somebody out there packing bags in a supermarket. You might get lucky and find a diamond in the rough. But you know, Josh Gordon has a special talent. That's why we're discussing him because you've been suspended 6 times in the last 7 years, and yet teams and owners still feel like you can help them win. And you know he has a great talent as long as he keeps his head right. So he could be replaced in regards of personnel, but you may not get his productivity.
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll get the replacement. You'll have somebody that can suit up and play in his position, but you won't get the productivity. So in that sense, no, you can't replace him either. But I think this is going to be his last hurrah. I don't have any factual word for word evidence.
Yeah, like I said, it's going to have. Like I said, this is going to be rock bottom from him. You know. Yeah. It's going to be rock bottom right here.
Yeah, man. So, but yeah, I'm glad we were able to talk about this because I'm not going to make this a whole big thing about him being the color he is and why he's getting this. I want to make sure I reiterate it. He's getting a lot of time, a lot of chances because he has shown signs that he can lick this and has done it, but then he always regresses. And because of his ability on the field and his professionalism in regards to him being a great teammate, it's the kind of thing that people want in the locker room. It's a very, very positive thing to have in the locker room. And a lot of his friends feel bad for him and want to be there for him at times because of the simple fact that he's going through this issue. But now he has to go and fit every parameter, not just check off 6 or 10. You got to check off all 10 if you want to get on the field and stay on the field. And, you know, it's going to get to a point, no matter how talented you are, they're going to run out of room. And a lot of teams don't want to bring that on their team because when he played for the Browns, he played for the Patriots, and now he's on the Seahawks. And the way it works is that you start to lose that luster in the NFL where teams are going to be like, listen, it didn't work in Seattle. It didn't work in Cleveland. It didn't work in New England. What makes you think it's going to work here? So that's why I feel like 6.
Yeah, listen, you could be the greatest thing in the world, man, when it comes to a skill set. But if you're not there, hey.
Yeah.
That's it. I have a business and I have the greatest baker in the world who can draw crowds by the thousands. But if he doesn't show up, only like 3 or 4 times a month, and I need him there, 80-90% of the time, he's no good to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing personal. It's his business, and hopefully he can fight the inner demons within him, and it's going to take him. We don't know what's in his head. It's like I said, it could be the PED thing where it can affect his whole biochemistry, mentally, his brain chemistry. A lot of different things. I'm not a doctor or anything like that. I'm a psychiatrist, but
not a mind.
I don't know if he's taking any kind of psychotropic medications, which can cause different crashes. Who knows? But all right, I forgot to wish people definitely a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Forgot about that right there, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man.
Happy holidays.
On that. I wish everybody, all our listeners, man, and our subscribers, happy holidays.
Really, really crazy year, man. This is like the most craziest year in my lifetime. I'm 42 years old, man. This is it's crazy. Crazy.
I was the same over here, man. Same over here. I ain't gonna reveal my age, though. But it's just.
He's 58, guys. He's 58 years old, man. He looks good for a 58-year-old.
I'm nowhere near that. I'm nowhere near that. But definitely wish everybody a happy holiday, man. Wish them a safe holiday season.
And a happy New Year too. Definitely a happy New Year.
Hopefully, and hopefully for a better year next year.
Absolutely.
For a better year.
Guys, if you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, share it. When you share, the universe shares back with you. And if you do share, I give you $100 when you get something back. That's only one person though. So.
Only one person, right? Okay. Sounds like a free situation, All right, guys. I appreciate you.
All right.
All right. Peace, guys.